I'm Dr. Moses Akali, the Directorate of Resource Surveys and Remote Sensing. The Directorate of Resource Surveys and Remote Sensing was established in 1975. This was following environmental concerns that had been raised during the 1972 Stockholm Conference that actually created the United Nations Environmental Program. And so its mandate then was to focus on collection of data, analysis and dissemination, mainly geospatial data, for purposes of informing decisions related to planning and policy directions. Since the time it was established, and of course because of the dynamics within the terrain we operate, its mandate has had to expand, particularly the fact that it's domiciled at the Executive Office of the President. Then this gives it the latitude to be able to support the government to handle a lot of other issues that actually have a bearing on the socioeconomic aspects of the country. And so the spectrum is wide in the sense that apart from addressing issues of environment, addressing issues of natural resources, or land-based resources, we have also been able to look at early warning systems. And so that spans aspects like food security. So we are also involved in cereals and crop forecasting for purposes of enhancing food security. We also have a focus on disaster risk management. This is an area that we really have done a lot. We have a lot in terms of data collection on issues, land use, land cover, land degradation, animal, wildlife and livestock sensors for purposes of enhancing rangeland management. So we have quite a range of products that we are able to generate here. I would want to say that we have a very close and neat relationship between the Kenya Space Agency and the Directorate of Resource Surveys. Of course, in the inception of Kenya Space Agency, we have been working closely together. And this is for purposes of leveraging on our unique capabilities. For example, when you look at the focus in terms of the data, DRSRS is in terms of applications of remote sensing technologies, we are looking at satellite-based technologies in terms of remote sensing. And Kenya Space Agency is space-related technologies. But you see, the bottom line is remote sensing. So in this relationship, we are able to do a lot of projects together related to data collection for purposes of spatial planning. So we leverage on our capabilities in terms of equipment, in terms of expertise, to be able to generate data that can be able to support the government both at the national and the county levels for spatial planning. I think by virtue of the fact that our focus is on data collection, and this satellite that we're looking forward to launching is going to be to add a dimension in terms of acquisition of data. And this is the data that we leverage on for purposes of being able to produce technical reports that inform decisions for planning. I think the investment we'll look at it in different aspects, because we have capacities, so we need to build the requisite capacity. That is important, which will mainly be focusing on training. That is one. Number two, we need to have the equipment. You see, we need to have the equipment. And of course, other resources, financial resources will be required to support the processes of data collection and analysis. All right, thank you. It may not necessarily be enough, because you see, technology is dynamic. So looking at where we are and where the rest of the world is, we aspire to be at the cutting edge. So I think we have a lot of space to also learn from our peers who are ahead of us. But I think as at now we have a pool that can be consolidated together to make a great impact in terms of space technology. Thank you. Yeah, I think every other Kenyan is happy to get to learn that we want to get our footprint into the space. And I want to believe that this is just the starting point, but we look forward to enhancing this to be able to make a great impact in the space all over the world.